the entire league last year. More on their injuries and when they might return. Neither of these teams play until next Sunday. For Omaha, a chance to for Ogilvy to get comfortable, and for Orlando, a chance to get healthy. Third meeting of the year between these two teams. They split the first two, both in 5 sets. And here is Sydney Hilly, and we're underway. Nunaviller, first transition set, rejected on the outside. Nicely done by Chimay. Bree Kelly, you talked about it, Holly. Both of these teams really want to work through the middle of the court, and a good example there to start.
Definitely. Hannah Fucas going to Bree Kelly, a rookie in this league who's so disciplined in every aspect of the game for Orlando.
Played her college volleyball at Pitt. 6'4", rookie middle blocker. ACC Defensive Player of the Year, and putting up very nice numbers in her first season as a pro. There is Chimay, dug out of the middle back by Cooper. Nunaviller again, deep into the cross-court corner. Perfect shot from 4, not to 4, but 4 to 5.
The coaches around the league talk about Brooke Nunaviller. She's a player who's going to swing you out of trouble, and you see her do that in transition right there for Omaha.
3.9 kills per set, that's best in the league. Also 3 digs, has hit 300 in her last 3 matches. A lot of threes in there. Schwann is excellent in reception. They might want to stay off of her. Can't keep that ball alive. And number 14 in white, Hannah Maddox out of South Alabama, just starting her pro career in her second season with the opening kill.
Courtney Schwann in the lineup because her first contact is so good, helping facilitate the offense for Orlando.
We're seeing a lot more of that around the league. You're seeing a scoring outside, and then an outside that maybe is in there almost exclusively for ball control, reception, and defense. Just ask Shannon Scully down in San Diego. San Diego Mojo certainly found that. They've won 3 in a row. Nunaviller, fantastic dig. A little bit unlucky. She was stuck on the floor, couldn't, and you don't say that very often about Brooke. She is an energizer bunny.
Hannah Maddox on the left side, turning that ball right in the seam, and Nunaviller digs that ball over, can't get up in time for the second one.
Easy serve to Holder, and there on the pipe. Nice back row combination. Perfect reception by number 20, Allison Holder. Second year in Omaha, her senior season played at Creighton.
Sydney Hilly so good at finding Brooke Nunaviller on this big set. Back row quick, right down the pipe, one-on-one. You see Kaz Brown chasing at the net to defend.
Yeah, Kaz Brown needs some more reinforcements. Hannah Maddox bailed out on that play. Anabanjo, unforced error on the overpass, caught a piece of the tape. Anabanjo has been playing exceptionally well of late. You talked about her numbers, 10 of 15, no errors. Got off to a very slow start, was not starting, not playing much at all for Omaha the beginning of the season, but the last 4 or 5 matches has been superb. Tough serve, and there with the ace. There are no lines, people. It's all done electronically, and that was beautifully done by Maddox.
Hannah Maddox has really turned up the pace on her serve, consistently getting aces for Orlando from that back service line.
Averaging 3.5 digs per set. You'd like to see her efficiency quite a bit higher. It's under 200. There is a good-looking block. That's nicely done by Fucas, along with, in particular, Kaz Brown, number 11.
Kaz Brown is elite at getting outside and closing the block. Look at number 11, short little swing block, closes the seam on Reagan Cooper. Quick
4-0 run before that serve was missed. A very nice start by the visitors for Orlando, last year's champion. Omaha won this championship in the inaugural season in 2024 in this building. Here is Emily Londot, former Ohio State Buckeye, the second leading scorer all time, and does a pretty good job defending her position. A little bit of a miscue that time between Schwann and Fucas after that ball had been tracked down by Teodora Pusic in her 18th year as a pro at the Libero. Londot again. Oh, Kaz Brown, what a long string slide that time.
Theodora Pusick, the libero for Orlando, is doing a fantastic job stepping in front of Hannah Maddox to take that pass, and then Hannah Pukas feeding that ball to Kaz Brown, having enough pace, and that ball's not dying. That's why Kaz Brown is able to score that ball.
Working on Cooper. Oh, that ball stuffed again. Bree Kelly, the double barrels to the floor, and a very quick start for the visitors for Orlando. On top, 8-4, just underway here in the first set. Coming your way, this is Major League Volleyball. Last time I was here, it was about 6, if that. Kaz Brown coming out of the timeout.
Early in the set, Omaha is hitting -100, Orlando 500. So slow start for Omaha.
And coming out of the technical timeout, there'll be 2 technical timeouts, one at 8, one at 16. Each team gets 2 timeouts on top of that, but only 1 challenge this season instead of 2. Here is Reagan Cooper, hit .324 on the season, 3.7 kills per set. That's a bad set by Pusick. It's going to cost a point. So back-to-back points here now for Sydney Hilly and Omaha. There is Luka Slabe in his first season, and what a resume. Gold medal coach in Tokyo in the Olympics, assisting Karch Kirai, now also assisting KK with the men's Olympic team, formerly head coach of Slovenia. It really helped to build that program from the ground up, and now they're a factor in Europe each and every year on the men's side. Outstanding new coaches around the league.
For sure, and I like that swing by Naya Chamay, turning the ball down the line, working the edges of the block. She needs to stay aggressive and move that ball around.
Overpass. Good read that time by Holder. On the slide, and no touch detected. So a couple of errors early on a banjo. Remember, a little too eager on the overpass, the net violation, and then missed this out of bounds. Here's Hannah Pukas, played her college volleyball at the University of Oregon. Outstanding backup to Shampoo, who's out with a finger injury. Nice block again. Bree Kelly with some help from Chamay.
Have an opportunity.
Both of these teams, after today, have the rest of the week off, and they're hoping that they will be able to work in Ogilvie, as I mentioned, at the libero position, get her some practices, but also get healthy if you're on the Orlando side. Oh, nice play on a banjo on the very, very long string slide. Both of these setters very good at that particular move. There is Shampoo, last year's MVP of the championship match out of Thailand, and a world-class setter, not just one of the select few best in this league. The more I watch her play, the more my sample size grows. Boy, she is just really elite. Excellent set. Beautiful reception and quick offense that time to Naya Chamay.
Hannah Pukas going long string right side. Naya Chamay, love the pace and height of the set. Good one-on-one. Middle blocker Reinhardt for Omaha has to chase because of the pace of that set.
Targeting Cooper, and that ball can't not be saved by Hilly.
The accuracy of Orlando from the service line, they're getting that ball on Reagan Cooper with a lot of pace, and we're seeing that early substitution already for Omaha.
No assist to Brock out of nearby Creighton, former Big East Player of the Year, and Lucas LeBay telling us how good she has been in practice and in training in all phases over the last several weeks. Lots of depth on both of these teams. You've seen it already from Orlando without 3 of their usual starters. Much needed side out by Nunaviller. Yeah, back to Reagan Cooper, who's now on the sideline. I mean, she is a player with such an upside, but she's only passing at 38% positive, so she's being targeted. That ball set too tight. Good play by Chamay. Londot chopping down inside. That's a good set in transition, well off the net. Holder, no problem. Londot off the block, and that's good. I thought that was off the block and out of bounds, but that ball is stuffed, and another block by the visitors from Orlando.
Hannah Maddox made a late move to take away that line from Emily Londot, who loves to turn it down the line with power.
4th scoring block already for the visitors. Good pass by Tabrock, and Nunaviller registers another kill. We talked to Brooke Nuneviller at practice, and she carries such a big load, really does a wonderful job of taking care of herself outside the gym, with her nutrition, with her training, with her rehab. And she said, oh, I got some pretty sore ankles, and sometimes they wear me out, but you can't keep her down. Fantastic player, having an MVP season so far. Nia Chimay again.
The connection between Hannah Pukas, the setter for the Orlando Valkyries, and Nia Chimay, finding that good rhythm. And I love the fact that we've seen Chimay move it around, deep corner, down that line, working the edges, good variety and aggressive swings for her.
Orlando comes in, losers of 3 in a row as they've been shorthanded. We showed you that. What a block one-on-one by Maddox. They don't look shorthanded so far in the early afternoon. And another timeout is called. And a superb one-on-one success or lack thereof so far. Nice swing by Nora Sistebrock. Merritt Beeson on the floor now as well.
Nora Sistebrock has been a spark. Started with her passing, bringing some firepower on that left side as well for Omaha.
Here is Reinhardt, good at the service line. You see that, and that just floats a little bit long, but has been having a very, very good run so far for Omaha. Lucas Lobé not wasting any of his substitutions, bringing on Beeson. Londot had been playing well. Nice pass by Nuneviller. Anabanjo, we've seen a lot of that the last couple of weeks.
Koyoshi Anabanjo is one of those middles who's so quick. She beats you with her speed, and Sydney Hilley has the confidence to get her. Even though she's pushed left, still finds her quick in the middle of the court.
Still plenty of time for Omaha to find some rhythm and get back into this opening set. It's been all Orlando so far. Kaz Brown again. Boy, Hannah Pukas is really setting a nice match so far very early.
Amy Pauley said, look, we're looking for that connection. Hannah Pukas is elite. She just needs to find that window for Kaz Brown, and you see it right there.
Inaugural season, Kaz Brown, number 11 out of Kentucky, was the middle blocker of the year. And here is Natalie Foster, leads the league once again in aces already with 25. A 6'4" middle blocking serving sub, and you just saw why. Handled pretty well by Holder. Perfect first contact that time by Nuneviller. Foster, a couple of stab fisters.
Two digs for Natalie Foster, not letting the chip go. And has to keep that second one on her side of the net. I'll tell you what surprises me is Natalie Foster gets back on the service line. She is so consistent moving that ball around the court with pace.
Sistebrock won a championship with Orlando. Hilly taken out of the play. Holder will step in. Nice turn down the line, dug by Chimay. And Sydney Hilly, I'll say it again. She majored in genetics and genomics and also the deep throw into the corner.
She's smarter than both of us put together. I love the decision. She's pushed right, but knows that deep corner is wide open because Pusick has stepped into the middle of the court to pick up the tip.
3-time Big Ten setter of the year at Wisconsin and a national champion in 2021. That ball tucked down inside.
That was a tough swing from Nia Chimay, but she stays aggressive out of the back row, and Omaha's block is late to press.
Chimay now with 5 kills on 10 swings, no errors. Here's Pukas. Perfect first contact, quick to the outside.
Love the pace of that set to Brooke Nuneviller. One-on-one situation, and look out below, down that line. Tough one to dig.
Dominant offensively now for the visitors, hitting .429, and after that kill, 138 for Nuneviller and Omaha. We talked to Lucas Lobé earlier today, and he talked about serving in particular. When you see these teams with the quality of setters and attackers, if you're in system and you're one-on-one, that's 99% easy serve. Reinhardt's been pretty quiet so far. Good block. that win record for Grand Rapids. And Mimi Collier continues to just have a fabulous rookie season. There is the Bick once again, beautifully dug. Courtney Schwann with the dig. That ball set a little bit tight, thrown out of bounds, the margin for error. What did Coach Slabé tell us this afternoon? So many times we're too tight to the net. Pass the ball too tight, set the ball too tight, because we're getting multiple opportunities to score.
That's exactly what he said. Give our players enough room to swing and work around that block.
I mean, Nuneviller takes so many difficult swings, hitting 263 on the year. She can score. Thrown into the middle of the court, nice read by Pukas. Hannah Maddox ripping, but dug easily by Holder. That ball set too tight. Smart that time by Maddox. That's a bad set. You don't see that from Hannah Pukas. Immediately goes over and apologizes, not once but twice.
Look, Hannah Pukas is finding her rhythm. She was out 2 years with injuries, but is doing a much better job just trying to go fast to those pins. She needs to be a little bit more accurate with location.
Still a big advantage here for Orlando, again playing without not just 3 starters, but 3 of their stars. Charity Looper's been having a really good start to the season. And look at this by Brooke Nuneviller. What a fighter.
Brooke Nuneviller, so disciplined. Every approach looks the same. She works to get her feet to the ball so she can work around the block, find the seam, avoid the defense. 6 kills on 12 swings for Nuneviller, wearing number 5. Oh, big block. Merritt Beeson along with Reinhardt. Merritt Beeson did a fantastic job reaching inside and taking that seam away from Hannah Maddox. Look at that left hand, no seam there. Now a timeout is called by Orlando. Amy Pauley's not going to take any chances in spite of still a pretty sizable lead at 22-17, but the momentum is starting to change sides more over to Omaha now. Omaha's offensive numbers have crept out of the negatives. They're .086, but definitely trending in the right direction. First scoring block for Omaha, and that has keyed a 3-0 run for the Supernovas to get back in this contest. Won the first championship in 2024, and it was Orlando last year in 2025. The big news once again, the trade of Morgan Hentz to Grand Rapids, and coming back from Grand Rapids, Elena Ogilvie probably won't play this evening. We spoke to her at Serve and Pass earlier today. She was notified on Friday, told her teammates, which was very emotional in her own words, and then got on an airplane and had to come over to Omaha and get herself settled and go through all the health checks and all of the rest. And she's trying to get her feet underneath her, but very interesting trade for many, many reasons. Well, to find out Friday morning and then be on a 6 a.m. flight, have your apartment packed up Saturday morning, that's a big change of events in your life. Yeah, she said, you know, it was a lot. Very excited to be here. Coming to Nuneviller. Another big-time swing. Averages almost 12 attacks per set. She's got even more than that so far, and we've got a ways to go. And Sydney Hilly knows where to put that ball for Brooke Nuneviller. Brooke Nuneviller, like I said earlier, good feet to the ball, allows her to hit with tons of range. Coach Slabé telling us that they're going to take Monday and Tuesday off, and Brooke Nuneviller needs it more than anybody. Chimay rattling through. Nice stab that time by Beeson. A good defender. And out of the middle, Holly McPeak, you were so right. Where these teams, where they both want to go to score points. Kaz Brown hits a super quick one set out of the middle, goes cross-body, and Hannah Pukas finding her rhythm and chemistry with both middles. Set point number 1 for Orlando. Nicely passed. Beeson through a seam is dug. Chimay. And rejected. Kiara Reinhardt at the net has been so consistent defensively, blocking balls. Then she goes to the back line and takes Omaha on scoring runs. Set point number 2.
Orlando has picked things up here a little bit in the waning stages, and they continue to do so. Orlando got out to the quick 8-4 lead. They led 11-6, 16-9, and Orlando was just absolutely cruising. But do you get the sense that Omaha's picked things up a little bit?
I do. It's been an emotional week, an emotional
good point.
Couple of days, and head coach Slabé said, look, we're going to make some changes if we need to.
Oh, the antenna is moving. And that ball was tipped, not off the block, and we might have our first numbers, and as you might imagine, Orlando, very, very good indeed. First set numbers are brought to you by Spalding.
For Orlando, their middles were fantastic. Kaz Brown, 4 for 4, Bree Kelly, 2 for 2. And then for Omaha, Brooke Nuneviller led them with 7 kills. Omaha needs to get some things going offensively.
Made a couple of changes. Reagan Cooper started the match. We will check to see if she is still on the floor. She is not. Sista Brock out of nearby Creighton, right down the road. Creighton's men's basketball team played a big game here yesterday. Came up a little bit short against Villanova, 18,000 strong here in the CHI Health Center. And we're underway, second set. Did that get a piece of the block? It missed it. So we've had on a Banjo miss, and here Reinhardt miss, and they were very, very clean the other night, albeit in a losing effort.
Perfect pass. That's an opportunity Omaha needs to score on.
Orlando is 5-5, lost on Friday to Indy 3-1. Well, Omaha was losing at home to Dallas 3-2. Omaha hit 362 to 272 for Dallas.
And lost. I know. It's shocking.
Well, each set stands alone.
True.
Good start once again by Orlando. Really doing it at the defensive end and in the blocking phase as well. Little miscommunication. Reinhardt to the outside, and that ball tucked inside. Nuneviller now continues to roll with 8 kills on 14 swings.
Brooke Nuneviller is so skilled at getting on that ball quickly as soon as she sees that seam, because Bree Kelly is good and quick laterally to close those blocks usually.
Nuneviller does such a job at the defensive end as well, averaging just under 3 digs per set. She's the only player in Pac-12 now. Well, I guess the Pac-12 is reemerging in some form or another, but certainly not like it was. The only player in then Pac-12 history with 1,500 kills and 2,000 digs. Big news around the country in the sport of volleyball. The trade of Morgan Hentz to Grand Rapids, and once again a trade that she requested, and Omaha went all the way. John Cook, the president and co-owner, Lucas LeBay, everybody in the front office was involved. They were able to execute the trade and bring in Elena Ogilvy. Probably will not play in her first appearance here. She just arrived yesterday. Oh, good block. Sista Brock on the outside.
Nora Sista Brock, number 7 for the Omaha Supernovas, has had an impact right away in the backcourt. Big arm, and then a block on the left side to slow down Chimay of Orlando.
Not nearly the attacker that is Reagan Cooper, but you have to find that balance. What do we need? What does the team need? Is it reception? Is it points? What exactly is it? Or a combination of it? Chimay, who got off to a very good start, dug by Nuneviller. To Brock again, off the block and away from Pusic into area 5.
Lucas LeBay told us, look, block deflection, slowing down attack has been a skill that we're really good at. We may not be stuffing a lot of balls, but slowing down balls so we can transition for points.
Well handled by Schwann. And Kaz, oh, what a read that time by Hilly. Chimay one-on-one, and Hannah Pukas again with an excellent choice.
Hannah Pukas finding Chimay on the right side. Good, quick isolation set one-on-one, and Chimay drills that one home.
That ended a 3-0 run for Omaha. Opening set, it was all Orlando. They closed it out 25-20, but had a very big, comfortable lead. Big swing by Maddox. She has all the tools to be an elite left-sider.
Hannah Maddox plays high and has the big arm to score in difficult situations. Omaha has a solid block in front of her and good defense behind, but Maddox, too much heat on that swing.
Third kill for Maddox. Oh, big block. Kaz Brown and Maddox, but almost all Kaz.
Orlando Valkyries are putting enough pressure on the serve receive from Omaha. Sydney Hilley's off the net trying to run this offense, and that allows the Orlando block to set up a wall and get a big stuff.
That is block number 8 right now. Number 8 to Brock. Into the cross court, 4-4.
Pass was tight, but Sydney Hilley goes up, jump sets that ball, and gets a one-on-one opportunity for her left side attacker, Sis Tabrock.
There is Beeson, who's come on to replace Londa. Oh, that's exactly what Coach Slabay was talking about. Slowing down Kaz Brown and getting a beautiful transition swing.
Sis Tabrock has a huge arm for Omaha, and she's getting opportunities to use it. Look at her go 4-4 inside the defense of Orlando.
Tough serve. Ball missed out of bounds by Onabanjo. Would love to have that one back.
Sydney Hilley trying to get her middles going as often as possible. Onabanjo crushed that ball just wide, though, for Omaha.
After being so good over the last several matches, Onabanjo has more errors than kills right now. And the service winner.
Second ace couple.
Sofia Maldonado Diaz had 30 kills. Mimi Collier the other night, second most kills with 23 in a 3-set match in league history. #1 draft pick out of Wisconsin for Dallas, off to a wonderful start. Natalia Valentin Anderson is also playing superbly for that team. Chimay, good swing. There's the block deflection and the slow. What happens in trans? Chimay again. Good turn down the line by 7 and White. That's a tough swing.
Amy Pauley has been challenging Chimay to turn it down the line. Work other areas of the court, and it pays off on this D-ball in transition for the Orlando Valkyries.
Chimay taking a lot of tough swings. Kaz Brown, 4 of 6, no errors. Tough serve. Out to Schwann. And it's blocked. Onabanjo slowing that ball down for Omaha.
Serving for the bingo, number 7.
Starts with service pressure from Omaha. They've missed a lot of serves early in this match.
Sister Brock has given the Supernovas a nice lift here. Maddox on the pipe. Don't want to go to Schwann. Schwann's out there to be a total volleyball player. Maddox is out there to score points.
Definitely, and I like the choice by Hannah Pukis to run Hannah Maddox down the pipe. This pass goes wide at the 3-meter line. Even though there's a triple block, Hannah Maddox goes crossbody deep for the kill.
4 kills on 13 swings for Maddox, along with a couple of aces and a couple of blocks. Nicely done. Good choice by Nuneviller on the off speed.
Brooke Nuneviller's established her power down the line, so Chimay has to stay deep to dig that ball. That opens up the tip in the middle of the court.
Onabanjo has got a tough serve. That one very easy. Took some off of that to get it to Maddox. Nice stab by Beeson. Beeson again with a very nice first contact. Assist to Brock. That ball off the shoulder of Kelly. That's going to be a 3-meter line violation. Back row attacker Merritt Beeson on the line. There's Brittany Abercrombie. I spoke with last year's MVP. Amy Pauley, the head coach for Orlando, hopes that with another week off and not playing until next Sunday, they'll have Abercrombie back in. But Brittany, when I spoke with her, not as optimistic, quite frankly. We shall see. Want to get the MVP back in the lineup. Amy Pauley took a shot down the line that time from Ryan, hitter of the year, and certainly along with several others, Maldonado Diaz, Mimi Collier, and of course the reigning player of the week. And congratulations to Leah Edmond. And Pukas coming out of the timeout, missed that into the top of the tape. Orlando with now the 12-9 advantage, won the opening set 25-20. Beautifully handled by Schwann and Chimay one-on-one. Courtney Schwann is out there to do exactly that, deliver dimes.
And that was pretty by Nia Chimay. She got on top of that quickly. Bree Kelly drives hard in the middle. Block is a tiny bit late, so there's a seam, and Nia Chimay gets on that quick with her arm.
Chimay now 7 of 20. Both setters doing an exceptional job. What a block. The Great Wall of Orlando.
The confidence factor for Chimay is really big. She gets a nice kill and then over the net quickly defensively. Love that press for the stuff.
Emily Landot will come back on wearing number 27 in the multicolored jerseys for Omaha. Schwann trying to go short, and that's 2 missed serves in a row. Pukas preceding that one.
I like the idea, the short serve into traffic.
Boy, Orlando has done such a good job, Holly, at the defensive end. After Omaha hit 362 just a couple of days ago, they're being held to 0-35, 18 of 57 with 16 hitting errors. Smart shot by Chimay. Maddox turning line and gets another kill. Hannah Maddox playing at a very, very high clip.
And Hannah Maddox gaining experience. Last season, she took a lot of swings for Las Vegas. Now we're seeing a lot more of that deep line attack from her instead of all cross court.
Here's Kelly. To Chimay, no Kaz Brown. Keeping her slate clean. Number 11 continues to rack up the kills. Excellent. But overall, the block for Orlando has really been a story. That's another perfect pass by Holder and a good block deflection by Brown. Out of the middle, Reinhardt dug by Pukas. Couple of free balls here. Omaha's got to put one of these away. There's the back row combination. Dug again. Another free ball. Good read by Pukas on the off speed. Chimay. Omaha had 3 free balls and ends up losing the point.
Orlando was lucky to get another chance, but I love that Bree Kelly steps in. Good set, it's high, it's inside, but Nia Chimay turning that ball down the line. She's done a really nice job tonight, moving it around, especially using that line.
Supernovas subdivision into the match number 17, Janice Liao.
Janice Liao, 6'3", her 3rd year, Columbus last year, first in Omaha coming on. Boy, Orlando has been so impressive, and remember, they're playing without 3 starters. One of them the MVP of the league, one of them the MVP of the championship. Chimay again. Brown ripping out of the middle. We'll give you the digging numbers when we have a moment. Pressure right now on Omaha. And quickly to Liao, registers the kill right off the bench and into the fray.
Omaha knows they needed a kill out of the middle, and Liao, number 17, provides that for Omaha.
Orlando is hitting 304. Omaha is hitting 046. Good set to the outside, going deep into the cross court, and just missed that out of bounds for Maddox.
Hannah Maddox trying to go deep to that corner. Thought she got a piece of the block, but no challenge from Amy Pauley.
27 digs for Orlando, 26 for Omaha. But it's the blocking and the scoring blocks at the net so far for the Valkyries. And that ball will drift out of bounds.
And the serving.
Yeah.
Orlando's attacking from the service line, pulling Sydney Hilly off the net, and that sets up the blocks at the net for Orlando.
Nia Chimay taking full advantage of this playing time with Abercrombie out of the lineup. Back row combination, as we talked about, Schwann. Outstanding dig. And Pukas, the left-hander, and a net violation. She says no, and then she said, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Pukas is a natural left-hander, tried to go after that ball, but just too tight to the net. Here is Landot, 19-13. Big lead for the visitors. Sister Brock, nicely done by Maddox. There is Chimay, and gets it down inside on a banjo. Aggressive swing by Chimay.
Nia Chimay staying aggressive on the right side for Orlando, and that is key. She started this match with a couple tips, but she's gone away from it. I feel like Orlando's giving her a little higher set, and that's giving her more reason to attack that ball.
Really tough serve by Maddox, who already has a couple of aces. Good block deflection, long slide, no back row combo. Not there for Maddox. Right back at you, back row combo, dug by Chimay. Free balls have not been kind to Omaha so far. Good read by Pusic. Must have for Omaha, back to Nunaviller. Brown is there. Oh!
Getting outside to Pukas, right hand, big press for the block.
22 blocks so far on the season, among the league leaders for Kaz Brown. And again, with some help from Schwann. Pusic, good read to get there. Kaz Brown, smart throw up into the block. And Courtney Schwann, number 4 in white, with a kill down the line.
That's a big one for Courtney Schwann. In transition, just smart swing, using the edge of the block, and that's her veteran experience.
3-0 run now for Orlando, and dominating 9-4 in the blocking phase. Landot off the outside hand to Schwann, a much-needed side-out score.
For a while, Merritt Beason came in. Now Landot back in the match. Good kill on the D ball for Omaha.
Yeah, Orlando, you know, you're looking at Omaha and saying, what do they have to do? What do they have to do? Orlando is just playing at a really high level. You have to give them full credit at the offensive and defensive end. Good block deflection by Brown. And on the transition. And has one of the best walks back to serve you're ever going to see.
Yes, she does. Although they're taking her out.
Bringing in Natalie Foster with a 23-14 lead. And you know what Orlando has also done? Taken this crowd right out of the match.
They certainly have.
Yeah, it's quiet in here. 25-20 in the opening set, and now 23-14 for Amy Pauley's Valkyries. What a pass. On the banjo, one-on-one.
Credit Allison Holder, the libero for Omaha, just nailing that pass. Not easy to do when Natalie Foster is bringing the heat.
Kaz Brown hitting .636, 7 of 11, after coming off a night when she really struggled, only 3 of 16 in the loss at Indy. Orlando has lost 3 in a row. They don't look like it. Nice dig by Landot. Schwann cutting inside.
Really nice transition set from Pusic, setting up Schwann to carve inside the Omaha block. Just gives her a little bit of lift, and she works it inside the left hand of Leal.
You know, this group now is starting to gel. They've played together now for a while. It was new to them when the injuries first started to appear. Nunaviller off the block and out of bounds. A little bit quieter for Nunaviller after a big opening set. Set point number 2. And that gets Nunaviller to 900. The only other player in the league, in league history, is Leah Edmond to reach that plateau. Wow, what a set. And a better block. Janice Leao along with Londot.
That could be the biggest block for Omaha with Londot on the right side and Leao in the middle. You have to give Courtney Schwann room to work around that block.
Set point number 3. Still a big advantage for the visitors. And there's Bree Kelly to put it quickly to a close. So 25-20, all Orlando to start. And after that, even better, 25-17. Just impressive in every phase. Blocking, dominating, and the attacking much, much better. Very capable players, evidenced by the fact the opening week of the season, she was the player of the week in the league.
First time we've seen significant service pressure, and it's Sydney Hilly to start the third set from Omaha.
Brooke Nunaviller got her 900th kill. She and Leah Edmond are the only players over that plateau. 10 of 22, hitting 261, having another superb match. Brock is slowed. Oh, Bree Kelly, her footwork is exceptional. And she saves a point almost single-handedly for Orlando.
Amy Pauley talks about Bree Kelly's superpower, and it's her hands over the net as a blocker. She was coached really well at the collegiate level. The Pitt head coach, Dan Fisher, known for making his players really disciplined in every aspect of the game.
She was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year last season. That ball set too tight. Parsons just having to tip that to keep it in play. Oh, smart swing again by Hannah Maddox, number 14 in white, just like she started the match.
Hannah Maddox off the set from Bree Kelly. Those are the little touches that keep Bree Kelly on the court when you can transition set like that with your hands. And that's something Dan Fisher at Pitt makes his players do. I love it.
I was watching her at practice this morning, and she was setting a lot of nice balls. Assist to Brock, able to get that over the top of the block and down. You know, you talked about the middles. Well, certainly Orlando's middles have lived up to what was needed. But we haven't talked about Reinhardt and Anna Banjo, and they were all really solid.
They've been, in previous matches, they've been red hot, but they are not tonight for Omaha.
Good one-on-one, Chimay. That ball was in and also got a piece of the block.
Nia Chimay had Brooke Nunaviller in front of her, and Orlando wants to attack the left side blockers of Omaha. So you're going to see a lot of balls go behind the setter on that right side of the court for Orlando.
As a reminder, Anna Banjo and Reinhardt were 21 of 26 with no errors the other night in 5 sets. Nice play by Sarah Parsons. Formerly Sarah Wilhite led the Fighting Illini to their last NCAA national semifinal. Now the mother of Ezra, who just turned 1 on January 25th. Off the top of the tape and slowed, and then Maddox missiles that ball out of bounds. Just never got on top of it.
Courtney Schwann's doing a nice job in serve receive, scooping under that ball even though it clips the tape. Hannah Maddox wants that one back. Tried to hit that flat, get a piece of the block, but missed.
And to Schwann, most teams deploy their libero in the middle of the court. They put Schwann in the middle of the reception. Look at that pass. And Kaz Brown, that's her first hitting error so far on the late afternoon. Beautiful day here once again in Omaha. In the mid-50s, a lot of the locals walking around in flip-flops and shorts and a tank top. I still have my parka on.
True.
Oh, beautiful block by Anna Banjo and Parsons.
This service pressure from Omaha now starting to create point-scoring opportunities. Kiara Reinhardt on the back line, and then Anna Banjo in Parsons see exactly where it's going and are able to step inside and put up a wall.
That ball drifts out of bounds. It was interesting, Hannah Maddox, and no offense to the fans in Orlando, and I know she didn't mean it that way, but said, this is by far my favorite place to play. But everybody around the league loves to come here because, you know, 11, 12,000 people on average. And it's interesting that so far through 7 home matches, this being the 7th, Omaha is 2-4 in this building. They've created a monster. Teams come in and really enjoy playing here. Oh, nice play, Courtney Schwann. She can score under the right situation.
Schwann got on top of that, working inside the block, 4-4. That was not easy to get by that block of Anna Banjo and Parsons.
Schwann now 3 kills on 10 swings. Nuneviller, reception to attack and missed it down the sideline.
Orlando.
The pace of the serve for Orlando is pulling that pass off the net. Omaha Supernovas need to get that ball in front of the 3-meter line so Sydney Hilly can run her offense.
Tied at 6, but a 3-0 run here for Maddox. That was a tough serve. Nuneviller again, pass to attack, and a net violation on Brown, and no argument there. So a break for Nuneviller and the Supernovas.
By royalty, serving Domingo, Sarah Parsons.
A lot of depth on both of these teams. You've seen that. Again, if you're just joining us, Orlando without 3 of their starters, but won the first 2 sets easily. The ball was in. You cannot challenge in or out, and the slightest little bit of a line.
Courtney Schwann finds it cross-body, back of the court. Really well-placed shot by Schwann.
3rd meeting of the season so far. Split between these 2 teams, and both went 5 sets. Anna Maddox chopping out of the back row, and so far through this set has missed a couple.
The last 3 passes and serve receive from Omaha, Sydney Hilly has been running the offense from behind the 3-meter line. That makes
with Holly McPeak, a lot of work to be done for Omaha. They come in with a record of 7-4. They had won 5 in a row before they lost at home to Dallas. Sofia Maldonado Diaz, along with Mimi Collier, particularly Maldonado Diaz, a career high 30 kills in that one. That put an end to that 5-match winning streak for Omaha. Nuneviller. And Brie Kelly able to nicely put that ball away, number 21 in white.
Omaha is going after Hannah Maddox in serve receive, but Hannah Maddox is greatly improved in that area and is handling that pressure well.
Brie Kelly now is 4 of 5 with no errors. She, along with Kaz Brown, you pointed it out before the match, both of these teams needed to get scoring through the middle. Orlando has, Omaha has not, but Anabanjo, Toyosi Anabanjo right on cue.
That's the first pass that's landed in front of the 3-meter line that allows Sydney Hilly to run this high percentage attack to Anabanjo.
Again, Sarah Parsons has come on to take over the opposite spot. Nobody there in the middle for Pukas. Nuneviller off the top of the tape and down. Pukas was there, but when the ball went off the tape, it just changed directions on her a little bit.
Brooke Nuneviller always ready to take a big swing for her team. Here's the Bick out of the back row. Brie Kelly there putting some pressure on it. Pukas gets her hands on it but can't lift it.
Banjo coming up short with that into the tape as Courtney Schwann will go back to serve. Her 8th year as a pro, champion last year, has played in Italy, France, and Germany. 3rd year in Orlando, Pac-12 Player of the Year back in 2017. And her husband Giacomo is on the staff in Orlando. Oh, what a set that time by Hilly. And right back at you to Brie Kelly.
Amy Pauley has been pushing Brie Kelly to run different routes, but Brie Kelly very comfortable with that one set. She's getting one-on-one opportunities, and you can see the confidence on those swings from her offensively.
Tied at 10, must-win set for Omaha. And missed down the line by Reinhardt.
Sydney Hilly trying to find Reinhardt for the kill, but when the pass is off the net, harder to time it to your middle attacker.
Perfect pass there, out to Brock with a quick kill off of Chimay.
And it's a small difference, but it's also a big difference.
Yep.
That allows Sydney Hilly to go fast to the pins, and to Brock, really nice off the outside hands.
Kiara Reinhardt is really struggling so far in this match. 0 for 7 with 3 errors. Parsons able to get that ball through the Brock wearing number 11.
Parsons adds ball control experience. She can score at either pin and does so there on the right side for Omaha.
Bree Kelly up front now with Pukas is 5 of 6. Used to get more involved as a point scorer offensively. Really good for Orlando when they get healthy. Parsons going off speed. Pusic is all over that. Right side to Chimay. Chimay again, and is blocked. Assists to Brock along with Reinhardt, who did that an awful lot just down the road at Creighton.
I think Theodora Pusic, the libero for Orlando, needs to lift that ball to Naya Chimay on the right side, especially on those plays when Pukas takes the first contact. Give Chimay the ability to go up and battle high.
Tough serve. There is Maddox. Got off to a quick start and has missed a couple, and now has had a 3rd hitting error so far in this 3rd set. Early in the 2nd set, but Brooke Nunaviller and now the Supernovas with a 14-11 advantage. And Hannah Maddox has gone to the sideline and given way to Lindsay Vandeweide. Bree Kelly again, 6 of 7.
Hannah Pukas has found the window, the tempo, and Bree Kelly so effective on that one set, going deep to the corner.
Vandeweide, the 6'3" vet, champion last year, injured an ankle while playing in the Philippines and came on to start. Remember, Adora Nye was released by Orlando. Thought it would be a big hole, but Courtney Schwann and Lindsay Vandeweide were the outside attackers when this team won the championship last year. Very, very capable. And she's filled in a little bit at the opposite, now showing her versatility playing on the left side. There's Vandeweide.
Lindsay Vandeweide is a very good passer, also a great blocker. Offensively, she can show up and get a bunch of kills too, so really provides depth for Orlando on that left side pin.
We'll have the 2nd technical timeout when a team reaches 16. Nunaviller. Ball set a little bit too low, and nice play by Reinhardt right on top of the plane. Lindsay Vandeweide and Kaz Brown saying, wait a minute, we might have a challenge. We were going to take the technical timeout when it comes at 16.
Orlando is challenging Reach and BM.
So Orlando is contending that that ball was completely on their side of the net.
It was close.
Yeah, oh, it was. It was indeed. I think Reinhardt made exactly the right play. But Amy Pollitt using her one allotted challenge. And again, if you were correct, you just keep it and keep on going. Challenge in the plane, touch off the block, net violation. Can no longer challenge a touch off a defender in the backcourt, and ruled that that was a legal play. So we will go to our technical timeout at 16. Yep, you can see that's a wonderful look. Part of the ball, any part of the ball, was over the net or in the plane, so perfectly aggressive and legal play by Reinhardt. And Omaha, once again, with their backs up against it, defense has really slowed Nunaviller down over the last set and a half or so. Good serve coming out of the technical timeout. There's Vandeweide, who misses that. Vandeweide misses it wide.
Lindsay Vandeweide, that's her first real swing. Just missing. She's really good at that cross-court swing inside the defense.
Way too many hitting errors in this set for Orlando. Right side to Chimay. Good block touch. And assist to Brock. Couldn't quite track it down. Didn't break our monitor, but just twisted it a little bit.
Love the effort by Sister Brock to run that down. Almost keeps it alive for Omaha.
Well, you've got Sister Brock, who's come off the bench and now playing solidly for Omaha. Sarah Parsons the same, playing at the opposite. Nunaviller slowed once again. Excellent block touch by Kaz Brown. To Brown on the slide. There's the lefty once again, Pukas.
Hannah Pukas calls her own number, and I like it because the block visually with their eyes was watching Kaz Brown, who runs a very quick route behind after she passes, block leaning that way, and then Hannah Pukas just throws it down in the middle of the court.
Really good to see Pukas playing at a high level again, and she is, as you pointed out earlier, Holly McPeak. Missed a year with a serious knee injury. Nice block by Vanderweide, and then was out last year with an illness.
Lindsay Vanderweide in the lead blocker.
Is out with an injury. That really has affected their prospects, and they lost their libero.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was impressed with her when we saw her in San Diego.
Good blocking again by Kaz Brown in Orlando. Nobody up, and the slam dink that time by Kaz Brown. And Pukas continues to set a really good match. And the lead is gone. It's down to 1.
Hannah Pukas ran the same exact play, throws it down in the middle, but this time isolates Kaz Brown behind her because the block stays with her.
Kaz Brown, 8 of 14. Bree Kelly even better in terms of efficiency. 4-0 run for the Valkyries, looking to make it 5. Oh, on the line. That was good. Lucas LeBay hoping that ball had drifted out of bounds, but it was right on the end line.
Kaz Brown, pretty brave move to push it that deep into the court, but the coverage and defense have sucked way in, so that's what was open.
5-0 run. Here is Chimay again. It is really Kaz Brown. I know Reinhardt got the kill, but Kaz Brown is touching everything.
Kaz Brown very active with her hands over the net defensively, but Reinhardt able to turn and avoid her, finally getting going offensively.
Orlando won the opening set. Big lead to start, 25-20. Won the second set, 25-17. To Brock, missed it on the pipe.
Omaha picking up that tip, chance to score and unable to, and now Orlando all tied up.
Must win for Omaha. Nunaviller is blocked. Kaz Brown again.
Kaz Brown is feeling it. When she's in the zone defensively, look out. She's a little bit late to get outside. Brooke Nunaviller thinks she has a seam, and then that right hand slips over the net for the block.
5 scoring blocks now for Kaz Brown, 9 of 16 attacking. And again.
Lindsay Vanderweide from the service line, putting tons of pressure on Omaha. Sydney Hilly way behind the 3-meter line, and that's when Orlando's block is able to score.
Really impressive run by Kaz Brown and Orlando. And if you weren't with us at the beginning of the match, Orlando is without Charity Looper, back injury, without Shampoo, she's got a finger injury, and without Brittany Abercrombie. And they've missed multiple matches. They've lost 3 in a row, but they have outplayed Omaha on the road.
Nia Chimay has been really impressive, moving the ball. I talked about her working the edges of the block. She's been able to do that from the back row and the front row. And then Kaz Brown, wow, 9 kills, 4 blocks. We've seen her really make a difference lately in this 3rd set run for Orlando.
In the inaugural season in 2024, Kaz Brown was the middle blocker of the year. Watching Major League Volleyball coming your way on Vice Sports with Hall of Famer Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. And Omaha, led by as many as 4, in real trouble right now. Vanderweide at the line. Must side out situation for Omaha. Maybe try to go on a banjo depending on the pass. Outside to Parsons and got a touch in the backcourt off of Teodora Pusic.
The key for Omaha is getting Sydney Hilly in front of that 3-meter line. Allows her to connect much better with her hitters.
There's Sarah Parsons, her first year in Major League Volleyball, was Player of the Week as the season got underway in early January. Perfect pass by Van de Weyde and missed out of bounds by Kaz Brown. That's a break for Omaha.
Kaz Brown tried to hit that flat and deep to the corner and just didn't get on top of that enough, and now it's a race to 25.
Second hitting error for Brown. Very clean match so far in the attacking phase and fantastic blocking. Schwann, what a shot. Where did she learn that, Holly?
On the beach. Courtney Schwann has the best roll shot in the league, but if you're playing against Courtney Schwann, everybody knows it, so you can't let this ball drop. Look at the hand contact, perfect top spin. Looks like she's gonna hit and then drops it in the middle of the court.
And right after the championship, she and her husband returned to Italy, their off-season home, and she was out on the Italian beach circuit.
Within a week.
Yep.
Courtney Schwann loves to play beach volleyball with her husband in Rome.
3 kills in this set for Schwann. Here is Nuneviller, very, very available on the pipe. Out of transition is Brooke Nuneviller. Got off to a very, very good start, but Orlando's block and defense has slowed her and frustrated her so far. 11 of 33, hitting 121. Van de Weyde fights that off. Chimay, and speaking of fighting it off, nice save by Holder. Oh, Bree Kelly with a rocket.
Bree Kelly has gone wrist away to the other corner the last 3 times, but this time, heater at the right back defender. Look at this crossbody turn by Bree Kelly, catches Parsons high.
Bree Kelly is 7 of 8, no errors with 2 blocks. Good read by Pukas. Chimay. And dug by Holder, but out of bounds.
Orlando making plays defensively, and then the swings in transition. Chimay turning the ball down the line. Amy Pauly's been talking her into having confidence in that swing, and it's paying off for the Orlando Valkyries.
What a performance by the visitors. Short-handed, 3 of their starters out, and they're 2 points away from ending their 3-match losing streak. Good pass by Sister Brock. There is Nuneviller. Saved by Anna Banjo, but now it's going to be match points. 3 match points for Orlando. What a performance. Kaz Brown, tremendous. Lucas as well. Match point number 1. Not yet. Brooke Mosier coming on, has a very, very lethal jump serve.
Brooke Mosier's been playing a big role all season long for Omaha, and we haven't seen her till now. Powerful jump serve with the match on the line.
Yeah, pressure situation, but she'll go for it, no question about that. Handled by Schwann. Sister Brock looking to get within 1, not yet. Chimay for the ender. Fantastic swing by Nia Chimay off the left side, and a tremendous performance by the Orlando Valkyries. The defending champs, again, came in without the championship MVP, without the league MVP, and still got the job done. Tremendous performance by the visitors.
I think from the service line, I think Amy Pauly coached a really good game. This Orlando Valkyries team was ready to go.